So Rafael, Dorota, I think we can start.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Yeah, shall we start? Yeah. Okay, so let's get back. Yeah, thank you so much. So, hello everyone. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dorota Piotrowska, and I have a great pleasure of leading the edu4sdgs project. It is great to have us opportunity to be here today with you and to briefly introduce you to the context of our work, of our project. Together with our international partners, you can see them at the bottom of the slides. So this is Lodz University of Technology, the leader of the project, but also ACU company, ABD, and Geos from Spain, Rafał Nickel company from team coaching company from Poland, Riga Technical University, and also Universidad Autónoma Barcelona from Spain. We are trying to work on an initiative that responds to the real, and we do hope, and as far as we see, very urgent challenge. Actually, this is a dual challenge. On one hand, the progress on the sustainable development goals is still at risk. But on the other hand, we see that there is a decline in emotional intelligence worldwide. So this is the problem, the challenge we are facing, not only at the level of university, but also in different environments. And also recent global crises have not only slowed down the SDG implementation, but like we think in key human competences, specifically like empathy, like purpose-driven action, and so on. So it means that knowledge alone is no longer sufficient. We need to develop some competences that translate, this knowledge into real meaningful action. And this is actually something what we observed when working with students and delivering some content to students. We see that this translation from the theory to practice is very, very important. And as I already mentioned, we cooperate together. We combined very different perspective, very different expertise, experiences from different countries, and we do think, and we see already, because this is almost the end of this project, that was really essential when addressing such complex and global challenges. Let's move to the next slide, maybe. Thank you. So as you can see on the slide, at the core of our approach is emotional intelligence, because we believe that today, as I said, knowledge alone is not enough. What really makes difference is the ability to turn the knowledge into action, to engage, to collaborate, to take some responsibilities. These are some, I would say, missing points. When we work with students, we see that there's a lack of engagement, of this collaboration, and also students are not very willing to take the responsibility for different actions. So that is why we see it is very important. So that is why emotional intelligence plays a key role here, because it influences how people make decisions, how people work with other people, and whether they take action at all, etc. So in our project, edu4sdgs, we focus mainly on developing empathy empathy, and very, very strong, how to say, a sort of sense of purpose, right? We would like to combine, SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, as a very important, like not only trend, but goal we would like to achieve with emotional intelligence and with empathy. Because these are the will help transform awareness into meaningful and also sustainable impact. So let's move to our deliverables, maybe. The next slide, please. Yes. So to support this approach within our project, we decided to develop some practical and accessible tools, right? So project is not only about discovering what is the current state, what is the current knowledge, and what are good practice among different institutions, not only universities, but also companies, as far as sustainable development goals are concerned. But this is also a project that is very much focused on developing some practical solutions. So, for example, we are creating something what we call SDGs University Knowledge Hub. This is an online space that brings together knowledge and some practical resources. And so this is, the way we would like, different people and different stakeholders to learn about SDGs in a very interactive and innovative way, but not only, of course, SDGs, but also emotional intelligence and the different approaches that are supportive for such a like impactful activities. Within our project, we are very keen on developing micro-credentials to make skills more visible and to make them more flexible in the context of lifelong learning. And this is also something that is very important for us to help people to develop some awareness and this need for lifelong learning, need for adaptability, for upskilling, reskilling. So we do believe that micro-credentials, being like learning blocks and learning bites, can be a very supportive concept to somehow motivate people to upskill, to reskill, to develop new competences. Within this project, we also developed an experimental city game where participants can engage in different, of course, in different activities, in different real-world context challenges based on different sustainable development goals, just to let them not only learn about SDGs, but also reflect on how to implement them in the real context and in their everyday life. So this is the game. We also, within this project, we offer different trainings, webinars, summer school, creating some opportunities for direct interaction and skill development for different groups of learners. And finally, what we would like to prepare at the very end of our project is a sort of roadmap for higher education institutions, supporting universities and supporting higher education institutions in integrating sustainable development goals into their strategies and activities at a very operational level. So this is also something that is really important for us, not only to, analyze our specific context, but also to serve as a roadmap to provide some guidelines for other institutions. So this is this is what we are working on. So as I already said, the project is implemented by this international consortium and with different partners across Europe. So that is why the perspective is very internationalized and based on different expertise. Yeah, so what I have presented, this is just a short introduction to the project. In the following presentation, we will go deeper and share some more achievements, results, some practical insight from our project. So thank you very much for your attention. Hopefully it was, clear enough to let you learn a little bit more about the general context of our project. Thank you so much for your attention. And first of all, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you very much. I will switch to the presentation. 1 second. Can you see my presentation?
Not yet.
And now? Okay. So, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining today's session, this webinar. And I'm excited to explore how emotional intelligence can move from be only concept to something what is in a real action, in a real life. So today's topic connects, as Dorota said, two important areas, emotional intelligence and SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals framework. And when we think about sustainable development, we often focus on systems, policies, innovation, government decisions, but the change also depends on a single human as us, single human decision or behavior. And maybe many of us can ask a question, what can I do on my own? And the answer could be maybe nothing. But if we think, we can ask another question, really? And I want to start this webinar with a short story that happened in Poland 2 or 3 days ago. It was, maybe some of you know this story. It is simple of how one person or a small group of person could change many things. So it can mobilize a whole country and maybe more, because many people from different countries support this action. So a musician, Bedoes, on the right side, recorded a song for a charity with a small girl, Maya, who has cancer. And it was the song was to collect money for fighting with cancer. And another person, an influencer, Wat Fogang, created a challenge where he watched this video for 9 days, days and nights, and collected money for children with cancer. And surprisingly, in a result, they raised more than $60 million. Probably there was a world record, Guinness record, and we can say that it was record of empathy in Poland, but probably in whole world. And it was connection. It's not about SDGs probably, but it's how one person could influence the whole country, and it's about empathy. It's connected with emotional intelligence. So we can go to just short reminder about SDG in this idea. It's a set of 17 global goals created by United Nations, and they are designed to make the world a better place before 2030. The goals focus on important areas like ending poverty, as you can see, protecting the planet, improving health and education, like goal number 3 and 4. They are for everyone, governments, companies, and individuals, especially for individuals, because our single decisions probably could support these goals in every country. The idea is simple. We all take action, even in small ways, to create a more sustainable and fair world. So we can go to emotional intelligence, but to bridge it with SDGs, some important information. So self-awareness and SDGs mindset. Self-awareness is the foundation of a sustainable behavior. And when we understand our thoughts and feelings, we can act more in conscious way, instead of react more automatically. It helps us to recognize emotional cognitive biases. So by noticing our own filters and assumptions, we make clearer, fairer decisions. And we all know how important are decisions in everyday life. If you are talking in the SDG framework, allows alignment between personal values and global goals. So knowing what truly matters to us helps connect daily choices with a bigger purpose, like this big SDGs, as I mentioned before. Support responsible decision making. So self-awareness help us pause and reflect and choose actions with long-term impact in mind. So awareness is the first step to effective action. Self-awareness, we can say. Once we see things clearly, we can act internationally and create real positive changes. So, emotional intelligence, Dorota defined a few minutes ago, but one sentence more, because there is a very, very simple definition, sorry. It's a set of competences that we can develop through our lives. And you can see 5 group of competences. And as you know, we will concentrate on the first one, the primary, it's self-awareness. So emotional intelligence, it was discovered as a result of IQ disappointment, and in the past, many people couldn't understand why very intelligent people didn't have success or are in a bad position. So they are trying to find something what was more effective and could explain it much more effective. It was emotional intelligence, and we can develop our emotional intelligence lifelong. Unlike IQ, there is in the constant level, more or less in our whole life. So it's something what is much more flexible. The creators are Professor John Mayer from New Hampshire University and Peter Salovey from Yale University. But probably most of you know Daniel Goleman. So there's an author of many books about emotional intelligence, and he's well known, much more than they. And last point, it's very difficult to measure, especially when we compare it with IQ, traditional intelligence. So, as I mentioned, we will concentrate on the first stage, or first point. It's a self-awareness, and we can divide the self-awareness on these 3 main areas: so emotions, needs, strengths, and weaknesses. But of course we can talk about much more areas, but we will concentrate on this three one. We can talk about values, probably about our identity. It's still very important, but we don't have time to talk about all of them. So let's start with emotions, because it's probably something what is most important in this area. The simplest definition of emotion is an affective response to an external or internal stimulus. So it's very important that we react in a emotional way. If we have a trigger from outside world, for example, if we observe something or someone said to us something or something like this, and we can react on something what is from inside. It's mostly, it's probably, it's a kind of thought. So if we think about something somehow, probably it generates some kind of emotion. And if we change way of thinking about something, it's probably will change the way how we feel this situation. Some questions about emotions, just to define them. The first question is, are they positive or negative? And the answer could be that it's probably wrong question, because we can't divide emotions on these two categories, because the assumption is wrong. We can talk about emotions rather about something what is I don't know, useful or not useful, and especially pleasant and unpleasant. From evolutionary point of view, we need all kind of emotions. So probably talking about emotions or calling them positive or negative, it's not very useful. If something is negative, we're trying to avoid it, and avoiding emotions is probably not a very not very good way to be emotional mature. Second question is, what connects them to needs? And we can say that the connection is very strong, like a coin, for example, with two surfaces. So every need probably is connected with one or much more emotions. For example, if you have satisfied needs, we probably feel kind of pleasant emotion. Another question is, what do emotions inform us about? So, as I said just a few seconds before, that was probably about needs, but it could inform us about much more I don't know, different things. For example, that our boundaries are crossed, or there's something what we can care of. And if we can read our emotions, probably we are much more self-aware in our life. Another question is, how long does an emotion last? And surprisingly, it was not a very long time, because it's only a few minutes. Probably many of us have some kind of experiments that we feel the same state, emotional state, for very long, for a long time. And it's probably we have unconscious ways how to make it longer. We said that it could be internal stimulus, so probably we have special kind of thinking about the situation, and it's a kind of trigger to make this time when we feel this emotion much longer. Another question is, how is an emotion different from a mood? And its mood is something what we feel much longer, and that the intensivity, that this how strong it is, it's very, very in a small way. So another thing that is very characteristic for mood, that's we very often we can't identify the source of this mood. So we can wake up in the morning and feel something like sadness, for example, for many days or maybe weeks. Another question is who is responsible for what we feel? And maybe simple question could be that we could be responsible, but it's probably not 100% truth. But we can influence probably much more than we can imagine now. We need some I don't know, methods, techniques to be much more responsible for our emotions or what we feel. And the last question is how our emotions created, how our emotions created. And the answer is on the next slide. So there's a difference between created and arise, and created is with a small assumption that we can influence or more or less create our emotions. Arise is something that is more universal, more neutral. So the information, the trigger is from outside world and is coming to our senses. Next step is thalamus. Next amygdala, and amygdala is responsible for creating our emotions. And now you have you can observe a small gap between thalamus and amygdala, and it's before we have two options to create these emotions. So our brain, our mind has two options. The high road, it's a situation when we react automatically on a dangerous situation. So if you are, for example, on a street and something dangerous is happening just now, we react just to save our life and our health. And another option is to use the low road. It's a road when we use our cortex. It's a part of our brain that is responsible for in general thinking, but we can use, or we use it to interpret the situation, to assess the situations. So probably if we change interpretation of the situation, we will change our emotions. So it's a very good option if we have a little bit more time, or if you want to be more effective when we are talking about managing our emotions. So another thing about emotions, just in a few words. So we can divide our emotions in the two groups. Sorry. In the two groups. It's primary emotions: sadness, happiness, fear, anger, surprise, disgust. And there's we can find these emotions in every culture. So we have many researches that surveys that it's possible to find these emotions in every culture, and it's the main research is from Paul Ekman. And second group, secondary emotions: frustration, jealousy, guilty, shame, etc., etc. So probably this group of emotions are not very pleasant. So can say it's unpleasant. And how we create this kind of emotions? Probably we need to use, as we said, cortex, but in a different way, because we use it to interpret and assess primary emotions. So primary emotions we feel in this moment, and as we said, it will take a few minutes. But if we, after 1, 2 days, 1 week, 1 month, still thinking about the situation, still thinking about emotions that we felt in the past, and probably we feel not good with this kind of emotions. For example, that we said sadness, 2 or 3, or fear, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, we probably could interpret it in a not very positive way for us. And emotional self-awareness. So it's some points of understanding emotions as a data, not distractions, and it's very, very important because sometimes we treat emotions like something what is I don't know, not very useful, what not help us in everyday life. But if we treat it as a, I don't know, information, as a data, probably we can use it in a I don't know, positive or useful way for us. Recognizing how feelings influence judgments and choices. So if we are more aware how we judge many things, probably we can take much more effective or better choices. So emotions drive empathy and could reduce inequalities, as you can see in SDG number 10. Emotional literacy supports peaceful communication. It's SDG number 16. And it's a short exercise connected with this part, connected with emotions. So it's a metaphor. If we could describe our inner state connected with emotions as a weather report, probably it would be we can create a interesting story. So please think a while about what you feel now, and the sentence or the question could be, my inner weather right now is, and you can find so examples. For example, sunny with light, clouds, stormy but clearing, foggy morning. And if you are much more aware, please ask a question. What is the weather trying to tell me about what I need today? And an example could be, my inner weather is a bit cloudy with some sun peeking through. It tells me I'm mostly positive but need to slow down and give myself a moment to rest and breath before taking on a new task. And it's probably could be a good example because we are in Poland just before longer weekend. It's not very long, but one day longer. If I could ask you to spend just 2 minutes to think about this exercise, and if you could share with us the last sentence about your inner weather. 2 minutes. Any questions? 1 minute left. Twenty seconds. And time's up. Who could share with us the last sentence from this exercise? No one. Okay. Okay. Let's go further. Okay. Next point is self-awareness of needs. It's a second area, as we mentioned on the beginning of our presentation, our webinar. What are needs? And we can define it in a very simple way. Need is a state of feeling unfulfilled. So probably we can define it in a different way. There is a lack of something what we need. And it's, as we said, unmet needs are connected with unpleasant emotions because we said that it's a kind of predictor that's or motivator that motivate us to take an action and meet our needs. All human behavior serves the purpose of satisfying needs. It's a big generalization that's all human behavior, but probably it's true if we think about it. So everything what we do, if we think much more or deeply, we can analyze it and find some kind of need that is connected with this behavior. We are often not aware of our own needs, and it's probably it's a fact. And needs are not the same as strategies for meeting them. It's very important to remind that strategies is not the same like needs. And we argue about strategies instead of talking about needs. It's maybe a short example. So, for example, if you imagine a marriage, that's the wife have a proposal. Let's buy an electric car. We have to be much more eco-friendly, and husband could say that we can afford that. Let's buy a second-hand petrol car. And it could be a beginning of kind of argument, but if we could analyze it a little bit deeper, probably we can find something like needs. The needs of wife could be connected with to be more ecological or take care of environment, maybe to have influence on family decisions. And what about husband needs? They could be connected with rather more financial security of family or something like this. So they are talking about something what is on the surface, but deeper we can find needs, and it's probably much more useful to talk about our needs than about our strategies. And we express our unmet needs through criticism. It means that if I have some not satisfied needs, probably I can criticize other people. And probably some of you or everyone knows a people in our, I don't know, workplace, families that are very criticized person, and probably they have many unmet needs. Please, when you contact with this kind of people, use this kind of glasses, then you can see on the right side down, on the bottom, and it's a kind of glasses that we can use to I don't know, communicate and contact with people and see them using prisma of needs. Here you can find a list of needs. There's a few groups, 6 groups, and in every of this group you can find different set of needs. It's quite different conception than Maslow, that divided it was very simple model with 5 needs, and here it's the connection with NVC, and the list of needs is much longer. And how needs influence decisions, because we are talking about self-awareness, and self-awareness could influence our decisions. So on the first step is a need. Need create emotion, and we take decisions using our emotions. And the last stage is behavior, so how we act. Many people believe that we take our decisions in a logical way, using cognitive part of our mind, but it's probably not 100% true, because we take almost all decisions using our emotions. So probably it's worth to remember that we can analyze, or to be more aware what we feel before taking a decision. Emotions shape our choices, but as we said, often in unconscious level, and awareness of needs is more intentional decision, so affects more intentional decisions. And short exercise connected with emotions, with needs, and it's the title is "What Stops Me?" And please, on the first step, choose one SDG you care about but don't actively support yet. On the second stage, ask yourself, what stops me from taking action? Next step is what need might be behind that? And it's some examples: need for security, rest, clarity, belonging, or maybe recognition. And please create a short sentence. I don't take action on blah, 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 because I need blah, blah, blah. And it's an example. I don't take action on SDG 13, it's a climate action, because I need more knowledge and confidence about what really makes a difference. And like previous exercise, I hope it will be much more successful. 2 minutes. Please think about this exercise, and about what stops you. 2 minutes. 1 minute left. Twenty seconds. Thank you. Who could share with us? Okay, thank you. So,
Sorry, I think I could share because
yes.
it's like the everyday problem with SDG 12 with responsible consumption. But I cannot really say because I don't take action on this responsible consumption because I need something, but it's because I'm adjusted to the way of living that we are living nowadays. So the fast fashion, cheap things, I prefer to spend money on everyday life, so that I can use it for other things. So I don't often think about buying fair trade clothes, for example, but there is platforms like Temu, Shein, AliExpress, so I can buy something new, throw it out half a year later, and then buy something new. So I think I would need more social improvement, more social campaigns for it, so that I'm not the one that only I'm not feeling that I'm the only one doing this, and if I'm only one, so it's not important. But if everyone starts to boycott the fast fashion, for example, I would be more likely to use vintage and less money on these cheap materials, etc.
Thank you very much. It's a
Thank you.
very good example because it's about decisions in every Polish or maybe European home that we are thinking about where we should buy or we can buy something. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sorry, I will just finish that. I will need the information that what I do is worth this second and it's appreciated around that this matters, that my choices matter.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we have only a few minutes. So self-awareness, it's the last area that we will concentrate on this webinar. So strengths and weaknesses and tools for growth as a tools for growth. So aware individuals use strengths to serve common good. So when we know what we do best, we can use our talents to create positive impact for others. Recognizing limits prevents burnout and bias. So knowing our boundaries helps us stay balanced and make fairer decisions. And the last point, weaknesses are signals, not verdicts. So we can treat it as a guide development, and our weak points show where we can learn and grow. Not where we should stop trying. So probably it shows us when we should stop start should start or starting. So self-awareness in action. So it's a sequence of steps. So the first one is notice. So be aware of something. The next point could be connected with acceptance, what we saw, alignment, and the last one is action. So we can use strengths to help others. and learn from weaknesses. We keep reflecting to stay fair and balanced, and self-aware people build caring, smart teams and communities. Probably there's awareness how to be more empathetic in this way if you connect with other people. And it's there was an example from the beginning of this webinar about BDOS and what Fogang, and a lot of money they arise from this charity action. And big change starts with inner awareness. So the last exercise is let's consider your superpower. If you imagine that a superhero, so in the context of SDG, please write down 2 or 3 your personal superpowers. What do you do best? Choose one SDG that matters to you and ask, how can I use my superpowers to support this goal, but locally? And share one idea with the rest of the group. An example could be, my superpower is empathy, and I can support SDG 3 by helping organize a local well-being event, for example. And 2 minutes, please think about your superpowers and imagine, not imagine, or all of us probably are superheroes. One minute left. Twenty seconds. Time's up. Who could share with us what kind of superpower you have? Daniel?
Hi,
Please.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rafal, for your proposal. What I want to share is that I was thinking my superpower is connecting people. I mean, I am the glue to connect people in a group, facilitating relationships and so on. And then the SDG that most matters to me is quality education. And I think then that I am asking how can I use this superpower to support this goal locally? As am I a teacher, I think that managing students groups in a classroom to do some activities, it's well, what I can do to promote them, to enhance their competences and so on. And my last share an idea with the group related with this. I'm thinking, as I'm teaching technology, what we can do in this group with these dynamics and so on, to think how to use technology to help people, to help societal challenges or vulnerable people, how through technology we can help people like this. And that would be what I want to share with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's a big superpower, connecting people, and it's probably it's possible to use it in many other goals, I suppose, in many other situations. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you very much. Okay.
You're welcome.
Last point, it's just to sum up, just to remind you how we can develop our EQ. The first point is we should be aware what we feel. So notice your emotions, pause and name what you feel. As we said, just to be more aware. If we know what we feel, we can probably decide, for example, how to react, how to express this emotion. If you are not conscious, probably we are like machines. We react in automatic way. Practice active listening and listen to understand, not to respond. And we can connect this point with needs probably. If we have possibility to listen in an active way, other people using glasses of needs, probably it could be much more useful for kind of, I don't know, good dialogue than just to listen to respond. Next point is reflect on your reactions and ask, why did I react this way? And this point is connected with something what is just after our reaction. So we can analyze our reactions and probably have some conclusions for the future. Nie, już teraz kończymy. We should build empathy to try the situation, to try see situation from others' perspective, and it's very useful to change perspective, because we all know that our perspective is not the truth. Probably it's one of the points of view that we can use to communicate with other people. And the last point is pause before acting, and we were talking about this creating emotions or rising emotions. So it's good to create space between emotions, what we feel, or how we react, and what we feel. So between emotions and how we react. Of course, it's not easy just like that, but if we spend some time, practice a little bit, probably it will be much more easier than before. So thank you very much. It was big pleasure to conduct this webinar. Thank you for your attending activity, and maybe you have some questions. Any questions? Sorry. So thank you very much. Gosiu, Justyna, mam już zakończyć, tak?
I really enjoyed the webinar, so thank you once again and goodbye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Many thanks. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.